Hey everybody, Kristy Glass here. We are heading to the end of summer and I know many of you are starting to plan your fall and winter makes. And today I wanted to share with you my top 7 Colorwork sweaters to knit. Settle in because these are some of my favorites. Hey, I am back with my top 7 favorite sweaters to knit, all involving Colorwork. If you want more content from me, most of my content is over at patreon.com/KristyGlassKnits. There are weekly videos of all sorts over there. But here today on YouTube, I am here to tell you about my top 7 Colorwork patterns. I will link to all of the patterns underneath this video, as well as finished object videos that go with them, so that you can get an idea of what you're in for if you choose to knit these patterns. Starting with number 7. It's Jelly Roll by Mara Catherine Brenner. I love this sweater because there is an adult version as well as a little kid version, and it is a very fun way to use your indie dyed wool. I used Ching fiber here, and I really played with tone on tone, and I got a really busy fiber in there for just this very basic, easy color work. I chose this one because the Jelly Roll collar is so simple, and this is easy counting 1 by 1, 2 by 2, and then you get into a lovely break with just the stockinette body, and then you can finish strong with a little ribbing. It has great beginner techniques. Highly recommend this one if it is your first time doing color work. Number 6, Impossible to Resist by Jose Paquin. This is such a motivating sweater. I particularly love mine because I incorporated some Angora, lovely fuzzy Angora here in the little white bits, so it's extra cozy. I used Homespun House non-superwash wool for this, and it is so delicious. Highly recommend. And my favorite add-on is the little bit of sparkle here in the neck that you see here, and also in the cuff. So go stash diving, find a few special items with a little sparkle and a little texture, and add them to your Impossible to Resist. Number 5 is Bouquet by Junko Okamoto. This is a challenging knit. This is definitely for the intermediate knitter, as the Colorwork floats are on the outside of the piece as well as the inside. This is a commitment, but if you have done a lot of Colorwork sweaters, I highly recommend this for you to tuck into as your fall winter project. It is so gorgeous, makes such a statement, and I just love it. Number 4 is Guthrie by Caitlin Hunter. What I love about this Colorwork sweater is that the entire sweater is Colorwork, and the spin cycle yarn that I used on the background, or I guess it could be the foreground, is doing all of the work. So all of the in and out movements of the shading is all due to the yarn choice. You can do anything you want here. You can make it super graphic, do black and white, bold and light, whatever you want. But this sweater flies off the needle because it's just so much color work. And if you're a fan, you're gonna love it. Number 3 is Nilnilchick Swancho, also by Caitlin Hunter. This also flies off the needles. I used farm yarn here from White Barn Farm, and it's such a lovely texture. And because it's like almost a worsted weight, I believe, this project goes so quickly. Actually, the longest part of this project is when you get to the 6 inches of plain stockinette. You're just like, why? Because you've had so much fun doing this color work up until that point. It's very wearable, especially as an outer piece during these fall transitional months, and I highly recommend Nilnilchick by Caitlin Hunter. Number 2 is Christmas in July by Tanis Lavelli. I took the title very literally and chose Christmas colors here. I have this lovely wool Rauma from Norway, and it was just so much fun to put together as many colors as I wanted. I think I used 12 in this piece, and the yoke went by too quickly. I was so sad to see it go, but it is such a fun way to use all of the bright colors in one yoke. My number 1 choice is Fox Thoughts by Hiroko Payne. This sweater is so much work, and it's so worth it. I got my kit from La Bien Aimée. They have several different kits. You can go crazy doing whatever you want. This is lace weight wool held double throughout. So I did not want to mess with making my own color combination because I loved the one on the cover of Pom Pom magazine so much. I did change the color of the body to a light plum because that was more my speed, but the yoke I kept the same. This was a labor of love. It took so much time to just prep the yarn alone and then to actually knit it, but it was worth every stitch. So my number one is Box Thoughts. Thank you so much for joining me here for my top 7 Colorwork sweaters. I hope one tickles your fancy and you decide to challenge yourself on your fiber journey this fall and winter as you prepare for the sweater knitting season. Thank you so much as always for joining me here on YouTube, and for much more, please join me at Patreon. That's patreon.com/KristyGlassKnits. I'll see you over there. Bye.